Well, the Minnesota Timberwolves have certainly put up a valiant effort in the last two games at home, smothering the Thunder in Game 3 and trouncing them by 42 points, while keeping it very competitive for the entirety of Game 4. Alas, just not enough ultimately to get over the hump and really turn this thing into a bona fide series, as the Thunder hold on 128 to 126 to take a commanding 3-1 series lead and all but punch their ticket to the NBA Finals, their first trip back there since 2012. And really, the big news in these last two games has been the generational work the Timberwolves bench has been putting in, dropping 66 points in Game 3 and then following that up with 64 points tonight, primarily keyed by, to a lesser degree actually, last year's Sixth Man of the Year Naz Reid, but mainly Dante DiVincenzo and SGA's cousin Nickeil Alexander-Walker, both of the latter dropping 21 and 23 points on 5 of 8 from the three-point line for each of them. The insane luxury of having that available on your bench is simply mind-boggling, especially when you factor in that they have two perennial all-stars in Anthony Edwards and Julius Randle in the starting lineup. But that is the reality of just how damn good this Minnesota team is. And yet, this Minnesota team is going to win all of one game total in this series, more than likely, as the series shifts back now to Oklahoma City, with the Thunder installed as 8.5-point favorites to close this thing out in 5. And look, it is a massive uphill climb at this point for the old T-Wolves. In fact, hell, the hill is damn near Mount Everest. In all, throughout every round of NBA history, a total of 296 teams have taken a 3-1 lead in a best-of-7 series heading into this series. And all time, just 13 of those teams have found a way to win the series. So 283-13. A win percentage of nearly 96% probability now for OKC, but don't get it twisted. It is far bleaker than that for the Wolves, as 2 of the 3 remaining games are going to be played in OKC, and the Thunder, who have now played in 97 total games during the regular season and playoffs combined, have lost 3 consecutive games exactly 0 times. Yeah, good luck with all of that, Minnesota. And of course, the Thunder, who are the deepest team in the entire league, who had the top-rated bench in the regular season, have been outplayed shockingly the last 2 games by the aforementioned Timberwolves onslaught from their second unit. But don't forget, these Thunder's top-line stars are also better than practically any team in the entire league. And for whatever reason, this is viewed as SGA and a bunch of role players. Yeah, sure it isn't. That is, if the role players, I guess, consisted of 2 other top 20 to 25 players league-wide in Jalen Williams and Chet Holmgren. Williams, who was an all-star this season, All-NBA, and All-NBA defense, played exactly as such tonight, dropping 34 massive points, which included a sizzling 6 of 9 from 3. Chet, meanwhile, with 21 points, big-time defense, and big-time threes down the stretch for him. The MVP SGA was predictably MVP-like in this game, giving the Wolves 40 points, 10 assists, and 9 rebounds. So yeah, if the bench and depth doesn't kill you, they'll just use their superior starters to do it instead. Conversely, the big 2 of the Timberwolves, well, below not good tonight. Julius Randle, my goodness. The city of Minnesota needs to issue an immediate APB on his whereabouts. 5 points on just 1 of 7 shooting. I mean, hell, that makes Anthony Edwards' game look passably good in context. He, meanwhile, was just 5 of 13 from the field for 16 points, 6 assists, but 5 turnovers as well. And in the fourth quarter, Edwards was just 2 of 6 for 6 points amid his team scoring 41. Ultimately, more is expected from Edwards, but then again, This is what OKC can do to you. They ultimately possess the personnel to take any player out of the game if they choose to. And ultimately, look, you cannot turn the ball over against this Thunder team. You just can't do it. Again, though, that is easier said than done with 6 or 7 of the top 20 defenders in the entire league. But turning it over against this team is a complete backbreaker, and the Wolves committed 21 of them tonight. Ultimately, there is no shame in losing to this Thunder team, but the Timberwolves will no doubt be looking back on this game on Wednesday when they ride that gentleman's broom out of the conference finals now for the 2nd season in a row. Guys, many thanks for tuning in here as always, and please make sure you are subscribed with those notifications turned on to stay up to date with all things NBA playoffs with me. Until next time, guys.